and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in southern Tasmania. Just bear with me while I wait a couple of seconds, make sure everything is catching up and coming online like it should. I don't think everything's online as yet, so let's see. Oh no, it looks like my Facebook group is. That sounds okay there. Just let me know if the volume is a bit low. We've been having some traumas with that lately. Looks like all my YouTube and Facebooks are online now. So welcome to the craft room, everyone. Whichever way you are joining me today, pop on and tell me where you're watching from, and if it's your first time, please let me know that as well. I love to know how far afield I'm actually reaching, which is really exciting when you go live to think people are watching from all over the place. Okay, so specifically for my Australian customers and friends, January is my birthday month. I've probably mentioned this a few times, too many times maybe over the last few weeks, but it's my birthday on the 31st of January, and you will get the presents. So if you place an order $100 or more during the entire month of January, I will pay the shipping. So the only proviso is there with that you have to actually pop the order through me. So you have to either send me the order via text, phone call or email, and I will and you send me the rest of the money and I pay the shipping amount. So yeah, that's the only way we can do it, since it's actually a discount from me and not from Stampin' Up! So yeah, if you'd like to save the shipping on a $100 or more order during January, please let me know and we can arrange for me to pop that in. Also, I suppose we have Celebration at the moment, so not only in your $100 order would you get free shipping, you'd also get to choose a Celebration freebie for the $90 plus catalogue category. And speaking of the Celebration catalogue, that was pretty smooth, wasn't it? Just sort of oozed on in there. This is a Celebration brochure. In the brochure, you've got lots and lots and lots of ways to save and earn with Celebration. $90 order, you get to choose a wonderful number of free product from designer series paper, stamp sets, embellishments. There's a whole lot there. There's a ribbon there as well, which I haven't actually used. But there's a lot of popular designer series papers and things there as well. And if you go over $180, you can choose the sort of more substantial, I suppose, but just as wonderful 180 plus giveaways, which is some dies and a bundle and this detailed dogwood stamp set, which I only just got, so I'm going to have a play with that over the next week or so and bring you some cards with that as well. But we also have, and the best time about Celebration, because like all the best people join during Celebration, i.e. me, 6 years ago, is our starter kit offer. So this year with our starter kit offer, you have to choose two options, or you have two options to choose from. The Glass Mat Studio, which is a wonderful, this glass mat that I'm using all the time and probably will use forever and ever and ever, comes with a silicone tray that you can use for mixing your inks and holding your embellishments and things so they don't go running around on you while you're working, and a chamois, which I don't know where my chamois is right now. That's not very good, is it? I think I was washing it and I haven't brought it back in. So a nice chamois for cleaning everything up afterwards. Wonderful, wonderful. I did some heat embossing recently for a presentation that I'm doing, and usually, even with my accessory pack, I do tend to get a little bit of embossing powder everywhere. Just so easy with my glass mat. I just grabbed a wet wipe, wiped it off, and it was like I'd never been there. So excellent for that sort of thing. Great for stamping on, as we've mentioned already. You know, no more problems with those photopolymer stamps not quite stamping properly, and it's great for stamping off. You're not wasting scrap paper when you want to stamp on, stamp off. You can just stamp off onto your glass mat and then wipe it off. You're just totally awesome. Yeah, so glass mat. The whole studio set with the 3 pieces is worth $106, and you'll get that free when you sign up during Celebration if you choose option 1. If that's not for you, or you already have a surface that you're happy with, you can go option 2, which is an additional $51 worth of product on top of the already great deal. So if that interests you, if you're thinking about joining Stamping Up, if you're just falling in love with the glass mat, which I know Gwenda did, she definitely wanted the glass mat. That's one of my ladies that joined recently. Then definitely something to consider, a great time to join. Okay, so earn, host and join. Not many people host anymore. If you're interested in hosting a workshop, you live in my area, please reach out. I'm sure we can arrange something, and that's even better during celebration as well. If you live in Australia and you don't have an active demonstrator and you haven't received your catalogues yet, please reach out and I can pop some supplies into the post for you. Okay, another thing, I'm off on a bit of a wee holiday with my mum and my husband and my mum's friend at the end of the month. So I'm releasing my September Funfold class early, just so I can get them cut, the early takers and my VIP club, so I can get them cut and sent before I go. If you don't let me know early enough that you want to do this class, I'm going to have to get them to you after I get back in the middle of February, which isn't too much of a problem, I'm sure. Anyway, so we've got 3 cards this time, as usual, celebrating the new designer series papers from the mini catalogue. Got this cool one here, which I probably would call a sort of a masculine teenager design. Some of you will get the guitars and some of you will get some boom boxes, just depending on what paper I have and how much I cut. And it's a double Z fold, so that's really good. I like the sort of interesting cards for our masculine people in our lives, but just because they had a little bit of interest. And I don't know about you, but the engineers in my life tend to appreciate something with a little bit of fun fold to it. So I've made this one to my son, but you could obviously do whatever you want with that one. Or, you could make it to the guitar-loving girl in your life. This one here's an interesting one. I picked it up recently on Pinterest. It sort of folds down like this, and then it folds open like this. So you've got 3 surfaces there to decorate and pop your sentiments and things on. So that's a cool one. So that one, as I say, also celebrates the designer series paper from the mini catalogue. And we're going to do a pleated cascading card as well. I'm using the Be Mine suite for this one, but you can probably obviously use your own sentiments and things as we do with Funfold classes, but that's also celebrating the Be Mine suite as well. So that's the 3 cards for Funfold classes. If you've never done my Funfold classes before, you get everything you need to make the 3 cards, except you add your own inks and sentiments, obviously, because I'm not allowed to send stamped things out, and you have to have your own glue and dimensionals. But that's all you need. Basically everything else, all the cardstock, all the bling, all the ribbon when I use it. I haven't used it. Deb, are you with me? Deb, I don't think I'm using ribbon today either. So anyway, that's fine. I'm not a big ribbon person. You may have worked out by now. I just struggle with it. One day I'll have to do a ribbon course or something. Anyway, so all you need to add is your sentiments and your adhesives, and you can make the 3 cards with the kits that I send out. Casual people, just month by month, it's $27. And for VIP clubs, you get 6 months for $129. And there's room in the club if you'd like to join. Obviously, Australian customers only. Okay, so let's look at what we're actually going to do today. As I say, the next week or so, I'm still concentrating on the celebration freebies right up to my launch, and then I'll start looking at the products from the catalogue after the launch is over. Today we're going to look at a couple of things. We're looking at and she flicks through trying to find it desperately. We're looking on this page. We're going to be using the Heartfelt Hellos stamp set, which is free with a $90 purchase. Really some nice little sentiments there, little different fonts if you're interested in different fonts, and it does coordinate nicely with the what's this one called, the hexagon punch there. So it really these little sentiments will fit nicely in there if you're a punch person, and aren't we all? So yeah, so that's to say, free with a $90 order. We'll look at some of those today. We're also going to look at the Trusty Toolbox Designer Series paper. I love this one. I really, 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 really do. It's just got lots of tools, lots of bright colours for the handy person in your life. It's really going to be nice. So hopefully you'll like the card that we do today. fussy cutting alert. There is some fussy cutting in this one, but I've done it already, so you don't have to watch. You don't have to watch me fussy cut. The ladies who do my fun fold classes may recognise the first card that we do today using that, because I've lifted it straight from the last fun fold class. I thought since we're not having a Zoom this month, you probably wouldn't mind watching me do it from scratch anyway. And the other one that we're going to do is very similar. We're going to do the same design, and we're going to use a different paper. We're using the Sunny Days Designer Series paper on the second card in conjunction with the Be Mine bundle, which is a new one in the mini catalogue. But anyway, we'll have a bit of a look at that as we go. Now, my kits are here somewhere. Where are my kits? Oh, here they are. As I say, everything I've cut already, so we just really need to assemble this. Now, this is the first card we're going to do, and as I mentioned to my ladies who do my fun fold classes, you probably recognise this from this month's class, last month's class, December's class anyway. There you go. Somebody's sending me a wee message. Just bear with me. It just worries me when I get messages while I'm online. Just bear with me. Okay, that's all right. That's all right. It's just the early morning, everyone's checking that everyone's okay. Do you do that in your family? My family's very, since Dad passed, I think even more so. There's an early morning call round that everyone makes sure that everyone made it through the night, so to speak. That's a bit morbid, but you know what I mean. That's what we do. Okay, so it's a little easel card, folds up like that, folds flat like that, and then the easel part comes up like this. So obviously we're using the Designer Series paper from the Trusty Toolbox, which is our celebration freebie, and I've fussy cut some of those cool tools from the Designer Series paper as well. So, and then I've used the silver foil with the metal plate embossing folder, which is one of my favourites. I absolutely adore it. Okay, and I'm also I'm going to use different sentiments with this one, because as I said, we're going to explore the sentiments from the celebration freebie, and I've totally lost the name of it in my head. All right, the heartfelt hellos is the sentiment we're going to use. So anyway, that's the card we're going to make together. I will pop the measurements up in the description for the video, or in the description for YouTube. So give me a few minutes to do that once I get off. I usually have to tidy up because I make such a mess, and then I'll have to answer the email and the message from everyone to tell everyone I'm okay. Okay, so the beginning of this one is this is a basic black card base. It's 8 inches long by 5.5 inches high, and it's scored at 2 inches and 4 inches. If you're a centimetres person, you'd make it 20 centimetres long, and then you'd score it at 5 and 10, just so you get the nice even measurements. It's slightly round, slightly different when you translate it from inches to centimetres. Going to give that a wee burnish. Now, if you live in the southern Tasmania area, or you're travelling to the southern Tasmanian area in early March, I have committed to getting my in-person classes back up and running again. It was a New Year's resolution I made to my business development manager, to Emma, when she rang me during the year. Late last year, she said, "What do you want to do in your business?" And I said, "Well, I suppose I should get my face-to-face classes back up and running again, because I had not really picked them up properly after COVID lockdown." And so she said, "Okay, do it." So I'm having a coffee and cards sort of afternoon, late morning afternoon here at home. If you're interested in coming along, there'll be 8 cards. You can choose to do a maximum of 8 cards. You might only do 1 or 2 if you want to just sit and chat. That's fine as well. 8 cards, maximum $5 a card, and there will be a light lunch and refreshments. So I'm actually asking for a $20 deposit as well, plus $5 for every card that you make on the day. So that'll cover the light lunch and the use of my tools and everything. So, yeah, as I say, Southern Tassie, or even if you're travelling to Southern Tassie on the 2nd of March, please consider popping along. And I believe there may be a special mystery guest, but I'm not saying anything else about that. That's my surprise. Okay, so I've just popped a little white panel on the inside there. I'm just talking more than I'm telling you what I'm doing, to be honest. But anyway, that's a little white panel just in the front there. Now let's get layering on with this. Oh, I haven't put my silver piece through the embossing folder. I'll have to do that as well. Okay, so for this little card, it's pretty easy, really. I've got a white layer, which is 4 1/8 by 3 1/8, and it's specially cut just to fit behind our piece of designer series paper. So that is the cute little nuts and bolts and screws sort of design there on that side. It has like a red sort of sports speed stripe, sort of sports stripes design on the other side, but I'm going to use that side poking upwards. So I'm just going to pop that on our white panel. Now, honestly, you could use this design for just about anything if you'd like to highlight the designer series paper and the images. I'm actually doing a couple of them for a special thing that I'm doing as well. So we may well do one in our card buffet. Who knows? I haven't actually designed any of them yet. I've started selling it and I haven't designed anything. I'll get back from the cruise and we'll think about it then. Okay, so this little panel here, I'm just going to pop glue on the bottom half of it, or third or whatever, and it's going to sit only glued to the front part of our easel. So if you see our easel there, it's going to sit up like that. So we don't want to glue anything to the back half because then it won't sit up properly, and that would be a shame. It would just turn into a normal card then, wouldn't it? So we don't want that. No normal cards today. So just the bottom half, and then it sits up like that and gives our little easel part. Okay, so and the next thing we want to do with this one, this is quite unusual for me. I've got a coloured panel. So this is grey granite. It's going to sit across the front of our card like this. And again, I'm only gluing the bottom half of it. And then this end of that is going to have our sort of half of our sentiment on it. And then the other half is where our little circle will go with our fussy cut tools that we've done. So out of the designer series paper as well. So I might pop that on as well. I might do the sentiment first. Okay, so let's grab our sentiment stamp that we're highlighting today. So heartfelt hellos, as I say, free with a $90 purchase. That's really unusual to get a stamp set for a $90 purchase. Usually it's designer series paper or bling or ribbon, so like the less expensive stuff. But to actually get a stamp set, and I might be proved wrong here, to actually get a stamp set as a celebration freebie is a pretty cool thing. Okay, so I want something that's just going to fit on this little inch wide strip of designer series paper, of cardstock. I can't remember what I've used. Okay, I'm going to use, and I haven't popped the Enjoy Your Day. That would fit. And then I could use on the actual, there's a Mother's Day one there, hello. I might then use hello on, I don't really like that. What about Dad, You're the Best? I'm making this one a father's birthday card. So there you go. This is a father's birthday card. I'll put the sticker on this one because I haven't used it yet. I've made another New Year's resolution and promptly not stuck to it, is that when I get a new stamp set, I'm going to add the stickers straight away, because often, well, sometimes, not often, but sometimes I'll lose this thing and I still haven't taken all the stickers off. And that really, yeah, and when it comes to reselling it afterwards or whatever, it sort of limits the use of it. So New Year's resolution, if you see any in the future stamp sets that I haven't popped all the stickers on, you can pull me up and tell me that you're disappointed in me, because I'm sure I'll be disappointed with myself. Okay, so this says, Dad, you're the best. And let's face it, all our dads are the best. If you're listening, Dad. And so I'm going to do that just in black ink, just to go with the grey. First time I've stamped this one, so hopefully it'll stamp off straight away really well. And hopefully with our beautiful glass mat, we shouldn't have a problem, should we, after me playing it up like that. So the circle is going to come on that left-hand side when we have the card together. So I want to sort of centre this sentiment sort of in what's left of the left-hand side. So we'll pop that there. Beautiful. See, I didn't make a liar of myself after all. Nothing worse than pumping something up and then have it being disappointingly falling short. So there we are. So I'm going to pop this on the front. As I say, just the bottom half again, because we don't want to stick our card together in all the wrong places. And that just pops across the centre. So card class or VIP ladies who did the December fun fold, did you enjoy? Was it January? Oh, I don't know. I'm confused now. Someone tell me which class we did this one in. It must have been January. Was it the last one? Anyway, if you've done your card already, did you enjoy it? And have you got somebody in mind for it? There we are. So anyway, I don't know what month I'm in. Who knows? It's just such a rush at the moment getting ready for the cruise, and then what else have I got? On stage in May. Oh, yeah, that's a fair way away. But yeah, life is just so busy. I thought it would slow down when I retired, and it's just got so busy. Okay, so on our little circle there, we're going to pop our tools. I'm just going to glue them down. But I'm not too traumatised if they actually overlap a little bit or come off the edge a wee bit, because I sort of like that, sort of that interest that gives you. So I've got my little drill. That is such a cool drill. I love that drill. And then a little hammer. It's almost a shame to cover over the drill. And then a pair of, what would that be, tin snips? I think that would probably be tin snips. Anyway, there. Who hasn't done theirs yet? Tammy Squires. You've probably been away having a wonderful summer somewhere. There we go. So those three tools are going to sit there. I might actually add them after I've popped the circle onto the card, so I know where I'm going to glue and where I'm not going to glue. So we'll pop that on there. Make sure it's central, makes our little sentiment centered as well. Halfway up, halfway down. So the trick with this easel card is to make it look just as nice when you give it to someone. There's no point giving someone a card which looks absolutely unattractive when you first hand it to them. I mean, obviously it comes to life when you make it an easel, but it needs to look nice in the folded position as well, just to intrigue them a little bit more. So now I know where I'm going to glue and where I'm not going to glue. Yeah, I had so many of, it's been such a busy time, I realise that for everyone. I had so many of my team ladies sort of reach out and say, oh, it's been such a busy few months, I haven't had a chance to put in an order or, do any of the cards or anything like that. So hopefully we can all get a bit of relaxation now and get some wonderful me time crafting. I actually can't wait to start sharing the stuff from the mini catalogue with you. There is some gorgeous stuff there. Okay, so that's our three tools. I'm just going to leave them there like that. As I say, I'll keep that hammer overlapping a wee bit, not as much as I have because it goes off the footprint of the card. So I just brought that back a wee bit, and there we are. So that's our little three tools there. So cute. Okay, I've got to grab my embossing machine and as I walk away, apologies. I'm coming back, I promise. Here we go. It's just that I should have embossed that silver panel in the hammered metal embossing folder. I think that's what it's called. I usually write a little tag to tell what it's called, but it's in the annual catalogue. You can't miss it. I want to make sure that the little indents go the right way up. So wait a minute, that's down, so they will go upwards. I think that's what I want. We'll be right either way. There we are. Oh yes, I did. Love this one. Just so good. I hope it continues actually. I really enjoy using that one. Just pop that down. Okay. Okay, so our little tin metal sheet. It's going to go onto the inside of our card. Just there across the front. So now we're doing our easel, the easel foot stop, so that it doesn't fall forward. Now on its own, that's probably thick enough to do an okay sort of job, but as we've mentioned, the sentiments from the kit, from the set, actually fit the hexagon punch. So I'll have to prove to you that that's right by actually using it. So enjoy your day. So Dad, you're the best. Enjoy your day. That flows pretty well, doesn't it? One of my ladies often say to me, you know, what should I buy first? My beginner ladies will say, what should I buy first? What should I get? So there's so much. And one of my first recommendations is to find yourself a good sentiment stamp. You can always pop in and out with flowers and images and designer series paper and various punches. But if you've got a sentiment stamp that you like, that's got most of the sentiments covered that you would use, then you're part of the way there to having a good stash, and you'll be able to get the most out of all the other ones that you have. And sometimes you find a stamp set that you absolutely adore the images, but the sentiments will leave you a wee bit flat. If you've got a sentiment stamp that you like, you can always substitute. And even better if it's got a punch that goes with it as well. She says, not trying to sell you anything at all. So this one is going to go on the inside of our stamp card as well, and it'll act as the footrest for our easel. Lovely and quiet here at the moment. Stevie's off doing his coaching with the master swimmers that he does every Saturday morning. Yeah, wind is up a wee bit, but it's beautiful and sunny. It's quite warm yesterday. It's got to high 20s, which is warm for Tassie. So yes, got the old legs out on display. Didn't go into public with them, but anyway, got the old legs out on display. Okay, so that's our little easel foot, and that's going to stop our easel from falling forward too far. Now, bling on this one, I've cheated a wee bit. She says walking away again. Apologies. I just want to find the packet. I'm using the adhesive backed studs. Now, these I think if they're still available, they're in the clearance rack. They're just about to go out, but I love them for sort of masculine cards. They've got a silver one and a black one. So if they're still in the clearance rack, grab them. I think I grabbed about 8, and I'll probably use 8 packs, and I'll use them for my own personal stuff. Having lots and lots of boys in the family, I'm going to use the black circles for this one. And I think I used them in the class as well. There's always generally a black enamel dot or a grey enamel dot in the Stamping Up catalogue. So if you can't find these ones, I'm sure there'll be something else appropriate. There we are. So I'll pop 2 at the top and then another one down at the bottom there. Still in the clearance rack. There you go, Jen. They're still in the clearance rack, and I think it makes them sort of mega cheap, like they're about less than $5 a pack. Don't quote me, but I think that's what they are. Okay, so that is our first card, and as I say, ladies who did my, whichever month it was, January, Fun Fold class will recognise that one. So if you haven't done them already, like certain people we shan't mention, there you'll know, you'll be able to follow this video and do this one. So there we are. Really cool card. I love that. I love that whole design. I love a good easel. Anyone loves a good easel. So that's our first one. So I'm going to do the same easel card design, but we're going to mix it up with some different designer series paper and the Be Mine suite. Hang on now. Okay, let's get rid of that. Let's bring this. Okay, so this is, and I've just realised I've cut myself two different coloured. Can you see that difference? I've cut myself 2 different card bases. That one looks like Sweet Sorbet and this one looks like Petal Pink. Anyway, it doesn't matter, they're red. Okay, so this is the one we're going to do now. Uses a red card base, whichever red you like. I've got the highlight colour being Pool Party, and we're using, this one is the Sunny Days Designer Series paper, and again, free with a $90 purchase, wherever it is. This one here. So the Sunny Days 12x12 Designer Series paper. It's got some awesome little designs there. I'll show you a couple because I've got some here. I've just finished cutting my, not that one, just finished cutting my paper shares, the last of my paper shares for this catalogue. And so I have some half pieces here because that's what was left from cutting the paper share. So we've got really cute little cherries and sort of a tone-on-tone Pool Party on the other side. These are little clouds. You could fussy cut the clouds if you wanted to and pop them on a card on their own. Some more clouds on the other side. These look like poppies to me. I could be wrong. They look like poppies. And they've got just a petal pink plaid on the other side. This is cute. I'm going to use this for something. A green meadow of flowers with some rainbows on the other side. Some strawberries. Yum. So many strawberries in the garden at the moment. We are just spoilt. If I feel like something sweet, I just go and pick a strawberry. And it's got some little butterflies or moths or something on the other side. And this is the one we're using. So this has got like a little meadow of flowers on a Pool Party background. And it's got sunshine on the other side. Anyway, there you go. So that's the Sunny Days Designer Series paper. Free with a $90 purchase. So let's get this card going. Again, card base, it's red. I'm not sure what red it is. I was very proud of myself this morning because this particular card I made out of 100% scraps from my scrap box. So I obviously grabbed whatever red I had. I'm pretty sure it's sweet sorbet. So again, 8 inches, 20 centimetres long, scored at 2 and 4 inches, 5 and 10 centimetres. Go like that. So that's our easel. Again, we've got our slightly smaller piece of white for the centre. It's got a bit of a splodge there. Here's me saying I used scraps for this one. You can tell it's got a splodge on it, so we'll use the other side. Just the little things that gladden your soul when you can use scraps for a card. Dear me, I won't tell my husband that. He'll obviously think I'm way too easily pleased. Okay, so again, 4 1/8 and 3 1/8 piece of white, and we're going to use that one, that side there of our Designer Series paper, our pretty meadow of flowers. So I thought with the bee, the honey bee, it had to be flowers, didn't it? Because, you know, he's off collecting her honey. I think the workers are female, aren't they? Anyway, there. So that's the meadow that she's getting her honey out of. So again, we're just going to add that little strip, that little, if it can stay straight, Julianne would be a good thing. Just going to put glue on the bottom half of that one. There is an up and down to this one, so I had to be careful that I didn't pop it on upside down. Pop it into the middle of our card. Just gluing it to the bottom half, or the easel, frontward facing easel part. And there we are. Okay, again, we've got our highlight colour, and as I said, it's Pool Party. So I've got 2 strips of that. This is the version of the silver from the this is the silver. Hang on, this is this card's version of the silver strip from the first card. I made a mule of that, didn't I? So that just sits across the bottom front. And we'll pop our sentiment on there in a second. This one is the one that's going to have our sentiment at the left-hand end and our circle at the right-hand end. So let's have a look at sentiments. Now we'll use the, where are you, my dear? We'll use the Be My Valentine stamp set. So we're going to have a little bee. So we're obviously going to build ourselves a bee from this one. Best thing about this is that it has a punch. Punch, punch, punch. So, yeah. No dies. Great if you don't have a die cutting machine, you'd go the punch. And the best thing with this punch is this little shape here and this little shape here, they're actually supposed to help you build your bee, obviously. But you can use them and just make a heart, so a big heart and a little heart. So yeah, I know next fun fold class I'm going to use some of those hearts to decorate our cards. Judy's saying she hasn't seen this card before. That's because, Judy, you mentioned to me this morning that you hadn't received your kit yet, so it must be January's kit that had that original tool card in it. So because Judy hasn't received hers yet. Hopefully it's on its way, Judy, I'm sure. Okay, so punch is what we can use to make our little bee and some little hearts and everything. Okay, so sentiment-wise, I'm going to pop love you there. I'm going to put that onto our the front of our card. You're all going to go terribly mad at me because I haven't popped these back properly. I'm a bit slack sometimes, just so busy. I'm a busy bee. I don't know, haven't mentioned bee poo this year, have I? It's another New Year's resolution that I've just ruined. The litany of shame that is the bee poo that goes on my car. Okay, so we're going to, and I think I'll just do this in black as well, like I did with the original. Just love you, just at the left-hand end of our little strip. About there. Put it straight. That's Stevie Wonder home from his training. Now I'm going to add that, as we did with the first one, just glue along the bottom and attach that to our card base. Here we are. Okay, so now we're going to bring in our little circle. Our circle's going to sit just in there, just onto the right-hand side of our sentiment as it did before. And I'm going to glue that on. Oh no, I might leave that off for the moment. And we're going to pop our little bee on there. So I need a scrap of white paper, and I knew I left myself a scrap here somewhere. I did? I'm sure I did. Maybe I didn't. Oh, I'll grab a scrap of paper. There. And we're going to stamp our little bee. Okay, so get the stamp set. So the bee is made of several parts. This is his bee body. And then he has a bee stripe. So that's there as well. And then he has some antennas and a little face. So the set's nice because it gives you the chance to choose which face you want. There's a little cheeky bee, and there's a little happy bee, and there's a little slightly quizzical bee or a sceptical bee. I don't know. Can bees be sceptical? Anyway, there's a little sceptical bee as well. It's sort of got a bit of a sideways glance happening, a bit of side eye. Okay, so this is his body. I'm using crushed curry because that's the yellow in the designer series paper. There we go, so that's his bee body. I'll give that a wipe off. I haven't wiped anything off this morning. I'm going to have to clean up. Give that a bit of a wipe off, and then I'll use the same block for his bee body, his bee stripes. And they're going to be in black. Now I have to remember which way to go. Last time I did my bee, when I did the bee for the original card, I put his bee body facing the wrong direction. So his little stinger's got to come off to the left-hand side. Is that Maureen? Maureen, are you late again? That's all right. Better late than never. So I'll just line up his little bee stinger and his bee stripes with the edges of his bee body. And there we are. So that's our little bee. Now, he needs 2 wings because I'm going to have him flying upwards like that. So I'm going to need a set of wings to come out either side. So to make the wings, you grab the little heart that we've already spoken about. Grab the little heart and you colour you stamp his wings. So what I'm going to do is this is just from my mistakes that I made the last time, I'm going to punch out his bee body. Oh. There we are, so that's his bee body, and then I get one of the hearts for his wings, and then I'm going to just stamp and punch another heart for his other wing. So that's what I need. I need 2 wings and the little heart that's going to have his antennas on it. So I'm going to grab my Pool Party ink. Now, I'm going to stamp off once, and here's me. I'm going to practice what I preach. I'm going to stamp off straight onto my glass mat. And that gets rid of some of the ink off it. And then bring in, so I want a lighter, oh, don't stamp it again, Julia. I want a lighter colour for the background of his wings. There's one. It's not very light, is it? Let's try stamping off twice. 1, 2 with the other one. Let's see how that looks. I think that's better. Yep, that's better. I'm going to get myself another heart and do a second one. I would flip it over normally, but they're not symmetrical. So the bee heart wings are different on either side. So if you flip it over, you're not going to get the same fit. So I will do another one, and I'll see, now I just wipe that off and it's gone forever. So I'll stamp off twice, 1, 2, and then come in for the third. Yep, that's better. So that's a lighter version of our Pool Party there. And then in the stamp set as well, you have these little, this little sort of swirly bit that sort of is the outside of the wings, I suppose. Give them that feeling of motion. And you come in, I'm going to come in with full strength Pool Party on top of our part, and then you get that. I'll bring it a bit closer so you can see in a second. There we are. So our little wings have got lighter backgrounds, and then you can see the outline of the actual buzzy wing itself. So that's that. So there's his 2 wings. Oh, I need to give him a face. So I'm going to have, what sort of bee am I going to have? What mood is he in? Is he in a cheeky mood, a skeptical mood, just a happy mood? I might just have a happy bee. Why wouldn't you be happy? Because somebody loves you. And so, as I say, he's going to be up that way, so he's flying upwards. I'll give him a happy smiley face. Yeah. And then some antennas. So as already mentioned, the antennas, given that I should pack myself away more carefully and find them, go on this little heart here. So you can use that little heart just as a heart, or you pop your antennas on it and you can mount it onto with your bee. It forms part of your bee. Okay, so let's put our bee together. Now I'm going to be a little bit different. Oh, with this one, I just basically had the bee going upwards, just straight, just standing there, sort of like bees generally don't. So this one I thought we would have him sort of headed off to the bright blue yonder, probably off to do a poo on my car. It has to have him off centre a wee bit and slightly not straight. And then he's got that glib sort of look on his face, doesn't he? It's like, you just cleaned your car, here I come. So I'm going to have him send off like that, and then I'll give him a little Pool Party that's like a bee trail there. So what I thought we would do is have the little bee trail coming off him there on the circle, and then have it complete the rest on our little, so it looks like it follows through down from the from the top to the inside of the card. You'll see what I mean in a sec. So it's just a matter of getting the positioning right. So I'm quite happy with this position there on the circle, so I might make that where he's going to be. So I'll have my little bee trail, so just that end of it, because I don't want too much of it on the circle. Pop that there. And then the rest of it, this is our sentiment box to make the sentiment box that'll make up our foot stop. I'm going to have that with the rest of the bee trail there. Okay, so while we're at it, we'll get the rest of our sentiment. So I think we're going to use, we could go back to our original stamp set, but we've got Love You on there. So what else have we got in the actual Be Mine stamp set? You'll always be the one for me. You make my heart buzz. Happy Valentine. I'm not into Valentine's Day. You make my heart buzz. You'll always be the one for me. That's what I'll use. Again, just in black and on our hexagon stamp punch. I hope it'll fit. Yep. You'll always be the one for me. Cross there. There we are. So just with the black, and you can see the little bee trail behind there, the little fuzzy trail. Messages flying in the family again. What's this one? Okay, cool. Right. Okay, so I'm going to pop this onto some dimensionals again and pop it inside our card. Then we've got some bling. Now this is special bling for the particular Be Mine suite. It's very cute. You'll love it when you see it. That's that there. Now a little bee up in here. So I want that to sort of continue in line with this little trail coming from there, sort of continue up there. So we'll pop our little circle about there. And then we'll put our bee in. And as I say, the bee, I'm going to have this one slightly headed off the page and up to that way. So I'm going to pop him on some dimensionals. I'm just going to pop the dimensionals in the centre line of him, because then I'll bring the wings in so they're in the right positions up and under. I'll have him there in line with his bee trail. We'll bring out our wings in. There we are. And our antennas, and he's done. So, and I'll bring in the bling. Go in there, antennas. There we are. So cute. Okay, now the bling that comes with the Be Mine suite is suitably designed, so it looks like little flowers and little hearts, little enamel ones they are, adhesive backed hearts and flowers, exactly what it says in the box. So we've got the red one, which I'm thinking is red of some sort. There's a pink one, which is petal pink. a yellow one, which I think is Daffodil Delight, and the blue is the Pool Party. So there you go. I'm going to grab a couple of those and pop them around. Slightly different positioning to the original one because my little bee in this case is headed up and away. I'm going to sort of fill some of the gaps with some of our bling. So I'll just do that. Grab myself a little red flower, and these little red flowers go perfectly just about with the little flowers from the paper. So I thought of lucked onto that when I saw. There's a cute little honeycomb stamp in there, actually, that would have gone really well. 1, 2, and then as usual, as I'll pop one down here as well. Might use the little white one. There we are. Okay, so that's our little Be Mine easel card, same as our tool one that we've done, that we did previously. So we've used the Be Mine suite there with the bling and the stamp and the punch, the wonderful punch. We've used the Sunny Days Designer Series paper, which is our freebie with a $90 order on that particular one. So that's a bright, cheery, spring, summer type card there, which hopefully you like. And as I say, that bling is gorgeous. So that's our 2 cards today. We've had our wonderful Dad, You're the Best with the Trusty Toolbox, and we've had the Be Mine with the Sunny Days. So I hope you like both of those. I might pop on and see what's going on in message land. I don't like to leave them unanswered for too long. But here we go. There you go. That's our 2 cards for today. Hopefully you enjoyed those and like them and give them a go. And Judy will see hers eventually when her kit arrives. Yeah, so that's that. Next weekend I have launch. So I probably won't go live on Saturday. I might go live on Sunday instead. As I say, live in the Hobart area. If my card buffet appeals, please reach out and I can give you the details of that as well. Fun fold class, the sooner you let me know. Obviously, if you're in the VIP club, you will get yours automatically. But if you're not in the club and would like to just buy this one on a casual month-by-month basis, please let me know. And as long as you pay before too long, I can get it to you before I go on my holidays. Anyway, looking forward to holidays. It's been a pretty hectic year or so. But anyway, it'll be wonderful. Okay, thanks for joining me today. Have a great weekend, and I will see you all again next time.